From Colorado, Ms. Boebert, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Haaland, is it the department's practice to use, my time is still here.
Gentlelady, suspend.
We're going to reset the clock.
And please reset the clock.
We'll have fun later, Jared. Secretary Haaland, is it the department's practice to use the best available science in rulemaking? Science, data, facts?
Thank you, Congresswoman. Yes, we always work to
Will
use
you commit
the
to
best
using the best available science, meaning the 2016 USGS study, when finalizing the Colorado River Field Office and Grand Junction Field Office RMP?
We will, we always work to use the best science available, Congresswoman.
I would disagree, but last summer, the department issued a draft resource management plan to lock up 1.6 million acres from responsible oil and gas production in Colorado and in my district. Unfortunately, the analysis in the draft RMP relies on an outdated USGS study from 2002 instead of a more up-to-date analysis conducted in 2016. So, Secretary Haaland, how is locking up 1.6 million acres out of 1.9 million acres from oil and gas production, how is this going to ensure lands are managed for multiple use and sustained yield?
Congresswoman, I'm not quite sure specifically which acres you're referring to.
1.6 million acres in western Colorado. And it sounds like this is just another strategy the department is employing to lock up more lands across the West and undermine American energy dominance. Now, are you not familiar with the monument designation that's being proposed?
Are you talking of
I'm talking about 1.6 million acres, and it's kind of...
Are you speaking of the Thompson Divide area?
I am not. So, Secretary Haaland, I strongly oppose this misguided effort by extremists to designate this national monument in the Dolores River corridor and its surrounding areas in southwest Colorado. And it's very concerning that you're not familiar with what's going on. The senators have had press conferences there. There's been public comment. I have constituents like Sean Pond who are talking about this each and every day and reaching out to your offices without a response, trying to protect these lands for multiple use. And they're being absolutely ignored on this. And, you know, so, well, I have a letter here for you. And typically when I do send letters, I get some sort of half response from staff. And so I would like to hand this to you directly today.
Thank you, Congresswoman.
Thank you, Secretary Haaland. And with this letter, there's more information about this monument. And I want to just iterate here that Senator Bennett and I, we have a bipartisan community-led bill to protect the Dolores River corridor without a national monument designation. And I need you to commit to Coloradans to working with us on this particular bill and oppose this unilateral land grab that will cause harm to the people who live there. And I just want to say, like, disregarding the agreements that have been achieved on a bipartisan basis and the much time that has been invested in this Dolores NCA, this would be a complete insult to Southwest Colorado, and it would contradict the DOI's direct description of the Antiquities Act, which I have quoted there in my letter. And so, Secretary Haaland, the department is asking for an additional $2.8 million. You know what? I'm not even going to go into this right now. I mean, this is just more DOI and civil rights issues, but I really want to stay focused on the land here. But I need to know that you are looking into this issue, are familiar with the 1.6 million acre land grab that is being proposed, and will have conversations and responses to actually working on this bipartisan Dolores NCA that the senators of Colorado and I have been diligently working on with stakeholders who are local and familiar with this area to prevent this national monument land grab, this designation.
Congresswoman, thank you so much for the letter. I will read it when I get back to my office. I also am happy to know that you're working with your senators As you know, I've been to Colorado many, many times. We care about your state, and I appreciate your hard work.
We care about our state, and we care about the multiple uses that take place on our public lands. This is the people's land, and at every turn, the federal government is trying to lock up more and prevent this multiple use, prevent the mineral resources from being produced, prevent recreation, and this designation is going to further harm Western Colorado. And just while I have you in my last few seconds, you've made multiple references to the 30 by 30 land and water grab in your testimony. How much taxpayer money does your department plan to spend or waste this fiscal year in pandering to the enviros in this pursuit of this radical initiative?
Thank you, Congresswoman. The America the Beautiful initiative is just that. It's an initiative. It's not a line item in our budget whatsoever, but we feel that the work that we're doing essentially moves the initiative forward.
I do
Ladies, time has expired.
America the Beautiful, locking up land and water from sea to shining sea.
Gentlelady's time has expired. The chair recognizes